Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ambassador John Byerly, his wife Jocelyn Green, and the President and First Lady of the United States.
Mrs. Obama, welcome to the 15 acres of American soil in Moscow. We know that you had a very long trip today and a long day filled with activities, and we're delighted that you took time to stop by and say hello. Mr. President, today in the discussions we had with President Medvedev, we talked a lot about partnership and cooperation with the Russian Federation that we're trying to build, and that's why I'm very happy to be able to have you here today to introduce you to what I think is the best model of that cooperation and that partnership that exists, and that's the Americans and the Russians who come to work here every day, and the families who support them and go out of their way to make sacrifices. All of us here in Moscow, all of us in our 3 consulates in St. Petersburg, in Yekaterinburg, and 7 time zones away in Vladivostok have a simple, single goal, and that is to find ways in which 2 great countries, America and Russia, can pool our talents, pool our resources to make this a better world, to help solve some of the problems that face us in the 21st century. And Mr. President, your visit here today is the highest expression of support both for that goal and for our efforts to achieve it. And I know I speak for everyone on the team here when I say thank you very much. The President of the United States, Barack Obama.
Well, it is good to see all of you. Sorry we're running a little late. It's my fault. I just want to thank John and Jocelyn for their extraordinary service. I also want to thank a person that some of you may remember. Oh, here comes the rain. All right, everybody squeeze in tight. Undersecretary Bill Burns, former ambassador here to Moscow, is doing an extraordinary job for us now, and Assistant Secretary Alexander Bershbaum. Thank you so much, all of you, for the great job you do each and every day. You know, Michelle and I have had an opportunity now to travel quite a bit, and one of our favorite moments is when we have a chance to meet our embassy staffs and personnel. And the reason is, first of all, because you all bring your kids, and that's always fun to do, you know, some high fives with the kids. But it's also because we are reminded that no matter how much I may talk about reasserting American leadership in the world, no matter how much I may have ideas about policies that can restore our moral clarity in the world, ultimately there are no more important ambassadors to the world than you. You guys are the ones who are interacting each and every day. You are the ones who are showing America's friendliness, its can-do spirit, its willingness to work on tough issues and to overcome hurdles. You embody what's best in our country. And now obviously I've got great thanks for these good-looking Marines over here. But just because you're not in uniform doesn't mean you're not serving. And I think sometimes we forget that in addition to the extraordinary men and women of our armed forces, that our foreign service is critical to America's national security. It's critical to our ability to move forward and create a world that's more peaceful and more prosperous. So that's true in every country we go to, but I have to say that, let's face it, it is really important in a country like Russia. You go to France and occasionally we'll have disagreements about this or that issue. But here in Russia, given the long-standing suspicions, the long-standing antagonisms coming out of the Cold War, you have a special job to do, and you do it well. And so I just want to say thank you. Michelle wants to say thank you. I want you to know that I think that we are making real progress with respect to U.S.-Russian relations. We are doing so without lessening our commitment to our core values. We are going to continue to affirm the importance of democracy and freedom of the press, the value of a political opposition. But I think that we can continue to assert our values and our ideals in a tone that makes folks want to cooperate with us. And that we can paint a better future, not just for our country, but for countries around the world. Hopefully you will build on the work that's already been done. The ambassador said he was very grateful for Michelle and I coming, and I had to tell him that our main job here is just not to screw it up. You guys are doing a great job, so keep it up. We are going to be foursquare behind you as you continue your critical missions here. Again, we want to thank the ambassador and Jocelyn for the great leadership that they show, and we hope that we have a chance to come back sometime relatively soon. I assure you it will always be during the summer.